What going on, Wana?
I'm Sanai.
And I'm Auntie Chanie.
Welcome to Growing Up Gooding. In today's episode, we are going to be baking Bajan Bakes.
But before we hop in the kitchen, here's a quick rundown of what happened across the Caribbean this week. Last week, we covered what's going on in St. Vincent. Sanai, can you give us an update?
Yes, so the volcano is still in red alert, and due to rainfall, there are volcanic mud flows.
If you haven't seen last week's episode, the link is below, along with ways to contribute to ongoing relief efforts.
Exciting news! Haiti has a new passport. What does this passport allow them to do, Auntie?
Well, it actually allows them to travel to CARICOM Islands without having to get a visa. So it actually is a big deal.
Nice! For those who don't know, cricket is huge in the Caribbean.
That's right. It was just announced that St. Kitts and Nevis will be hosting the 2021 Hero Caribbean Premier League, a tournament that starts on August 28th. Speaking of sports, May is National Physical Fitness and Sports Month, and that brings us to our phrase of the day, which is Meccan sport. It is Bajan in origin, and it means you must be kidding. So if somebody says, you Meccan sport, man, that means you've got to be kidding. So Sanai, say it with me, Meccan sport.
Meccan sport.
Nice.
Now to move into our baking part of the episode, Auntie, we have a guest. Guest, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Gabrielle. I'm 11 years old. And let's see, one fun fact about myself is I have 2 dogs and I do not have the fear of heights.
Very nice. Okay, so today we'll be making bakes. Now, bakes are my favorite treat. My grandmother used to make them for me all the time. They're kind of a breakfast food, but also any time of day snack. It's basically just flour, sugar, water, a few special seasonings here and there to give it a little umph, and you fry it up and it's delicious. Have either of you had bakes?
I have not.
Okay. Well, there are Bajan bakes from Barbados, and then everybody else's bake is what I'm gonna call it. In Trinidad and other countries, a bake is actually more of a sandwich bread. So there's something called bacon shark, which is a fish sandwich where the bake is the bread and the shark goes inside. For us, bakes are more of a sweet treat. It actually resembles more the festival of Jamaica, only they use cornmeal in theirs, and it's rolled to an oblong kind of shape. So that was my favorite food that my grandmother used to make. Do you guys have a favorite food that your grandmothers used to make?
There's one pasta dish that my grandma used to make, and it had it was kind of like a lasagna layer, but it wasn't a lasagna layer. And it was really good, and she used to make that once a year, and it was a special treat.
Oh, nice. The once a year stuff, those are the best because you have to wait for that special time, and it makes it even taste better. How about you, Sanai?
Probably sugar cookies my mom and grandmother made, and they were really good.
You know how I feel about sugar cookies.
The ingredients for your bakes are 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 to 1.5 cups of water, and some oil for frying.
So now you throw all of the ingredients into one bowl without the water. All the dry ingredients, let's throw those into a bowl.
Oh, but don't put the oil in, right?
Don't put the oil or the water in.
Is there a specific order to it, or just?
No order. It's an quick and easy dish. When I learned, the first time I learned from my grandmother, there was no measurements or instructions. Just throw it all together.
Was there a specific time that your grandmother and your mom made it?
There was no rhyme or reason per se. My grandmother would just make them sometimes, and she would call me because that meant. That was my call. Like, come on over. I've got some bakes here.
When we're done, should we stir this up?
You can mix up the dry ingredients all together, and then you're gonna slowly add the water. You're not gonna throw all in at once. You're gonna slowly add it till you have a thick consistency. So you start with maybe a little bit, maybe like a quarter, and you stir it up.
So your batter kind of looks like pancake batter. It's kind of like, it's not too thick, but it's not too thin.
That's exactly right. It's just like a pancake, except a lot sweeter and a lot smaller and a little fluffier, depending on your pancake.
I don't know why I'm going so slow in pouring mine in, but yep, it's moving.
It's moving?
Moving slowly.
Show me what you got. Give me a spoon lift and see how we're dropping here.
Okay.
Not quite. Nope, not quite.
I need a lot more water.
The trick is, if you go too far, if you feel like, oh no, now it's just too watery, you add a little bit more flour and thicken it right back up. All right, so you guys want to give the batter a little taste?
Okay. Tastes good.
Yeah, interesting.
You can eat this batter because it has no raw egg in it.
That's right. Maybe not too much so your stomach doesn't hurt, but yeah, you can definitely give it a few finger dips for your own batch, of course.
Can you pour like a cup? Just make a cup and just drink. No? Oh, you guys are looking at me weird. That's a no.
Put in a measuring cup.
Just this little one.
No? No. Let's stick to the finger test.
Okay.
Now it's time to fry. Okay, Gabby, let's see how you're looking. And Sanai, what does the finished product look like?
To me, without the holes, they kind of look like chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah, they kind of have a chicken nugget look.
Okay. Wow. That's really good. This is really good. I like it.
Awesome. All right, that's our episode on bakes. Gabby, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me. This was so fun.
It was great having you. Tonight, tell the folks what they got to do.
You have to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with your friends.
Please and thank you. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And Sanai, what does our finished product look like?
It looks...
We'll do it over. Hold on. Okay, now it's time to fry.
I'm sorry.
One more time, because you messed it up.
I'm sorry. I messed up. So sorry. My fault.
Could be because she hasn't had sugar in a month.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have sugar for a day either, and I was like, ooh, excitement.
Most fruits and vegetables have sugar in it.
True.
Not this kind of
But
sugar.
very different sugar.
More nutrients than sugar.
Yes.